You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Tennessee Titans. They've got them a head coach over about 10 hours ago. Maybe it was a name that Brian Callahan, the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, would be the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Now, I got to be real here. I mean, let's be honest. We're not talking about an upgrade. I mean, they fired Mike Vrabel, and, of course, everybody's eyebrows went up. But, look, they got an offensive coach. They've got a young quarterback, Will Levis. Malik Willis is still on this team, I think. Technically speaking, Ryan Tannehill's probably going to fly the coop. And many people are drawing lines, as you could expect. Are the Tennessee Titans about to trade for Jake Browning? I mean, I've said it for the last 10 weeks, 12 weeks. Jake Browning's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't think there's any doubt about that at this point. All right? I understand it didn't work out necessarily to the point of them making the playoffs and everything, but let's be real. He looked good in the majority of the games that he played in. Even some of the games he struggled in, he was making throws that I was like, that is a throw that a starting quarterback in the NFL can make, all right, or should make, and he's making them. In fact, I'm watching him like, should he be starting right now over like 7 quarterbacks in the league? I mean, I kid you not. So let's get to this, and then we'll get to Browning because I think that's an obvious direction or line you can draw. What do you do with Will Levis? I don't know. I mean, look, Amy Adams believes that they've got their starting quarterback. I mean, Michael Lombardi came out and said, starting quarterback where? He was like, Will Levis is not the guy. Or at least he believes he didn't see enough to just make that overarching decision. And now I thought Will Levis flashed, and I think there's potential there. I would have thought he would have been the automatic starting quarterback coming into the season. But if you could get Browning in that division, that AFC South, you could win that division pretty quick, I think. By the way, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, both free agents. I mean, the Titans could literally reload their team. Joe Mixon, I think, is a free agent, actually. That could get very interesting. You could be talking about a Cincinnati South situation with the Tennessee Titans. And they just barely missed the playoffs this year. The Tennessee Titans have their new head coach. Titans are hiring Brian Callahan. According to Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, Callahan spent the last 5 seasons as a Bengals offensive play caller and will be tasked with building an offense in Tennessee. The first question facing him is whether he can turn Will Levis into a Titans franchise quarterback or whether the Titans will get their quarterback elsewhere. The 39-year-old is son of former Raiders head coach Bill Callahan. Wow. Prior to joining the Bengals, he coached with the Raiders, Lions, and Broncos. The Titans fired Mike Vrabel, who went 54-45 in 6 seasons in Tennessee, and are now moving on to Callahan. I still say the pivot point for Mike Vrabel was them trading away A.J. Brown. It changed that franchise. It changed that offense, not for the better. Jake Browning, this is PFF. This is the rankings on quarterbacks for the 2023 season. And as you can see, he scored out as the 16th best quarterback in the league. And guys, he played plenty of games to get a sample. He went 4-3. He was in 9 games, and it looks like he started 7 of those. So I would guess they're going to at least think about that trade. All right? 12 touchdowns, 7 picks, 8 yards per attempt, 1,936 yards. That guy, and he came out and Jake Browning's got plenty of confidence. He came out a couple of weeks ago and just said it. He believes he's one of the top 32 quarterbacks in the league. I agree. I mean, pretty quick you can tell if a guy's got it or if he doesn't. That kid's got it. All right? He's got a little moxie to him. They could reload in Tennessee pretty quick. All right? This might turn out to be a good hire. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I'm always skeptical when I see coordinators, right, that get hired, and a lot of them get promoted. A lot of them have worked out. A lot of them have not, and a lot of them have crashed and burned. It's going to be, do you understand there's a bigger picture part of being a head coach? You've got to work with the entire team, the defense, the special teams. You're the CEO of the franchise, and you've got a lot more responsibility beyond just being single-minded and to a purpose for the offense or defense if you're a defensive coordinator. But obviously the Titans know we've got a young quarterback now, or we may be drafting and or trading for a young quarterback. We need somebody that is on the offensive side of the ball. That's their thought process. I wonder if that is why we have not heard more fire around Vrabel and Belichick, is because of their defensive coaches in a league that is a lot about offense, and that's something to think about. Pete Carroll's no longer a coach. We haven't heard anything about him, and he still wants to coach. He's a defensive guy. And you got to wonder if that's slightly hurting even some of these big-name guys because they're not offensive guys. They're defensive guys. So I think at some times that's a mistake, I think, for teams. If I can get a big-name coach, I mean, what's so hilarious about this entire situation with Tennessee is Tennessee's got a head coaching opening. Mike Vrabel's out there. You'd be like, oh, man, Mike Vrabel would be perfect. No, you fired him. I mean, sometimes you got to take a step back. Amy Adams, I guess, wanted her franchise back. Are we sure this was the best move? I think the Patriots should have hired Mike Vrabel. Or Jim Harbaugh. Somebody like that, taking a swing. If I would have been Robert Kraft, the Tennessee Titans, Harbaugh would be, I'd give him a blank check and be like, go make us a Super Bowl contender. And he will. Wherever he goes, he's going to win a lot of games, a whole lot of games. People have run their mouth about his brother. His brother's in the AFC Championship game again. It's just putting that out there. Tell me what you think. Tennessee Titans fans seem to be pretty positive about this. As with all these coordinators, you're in a wait and see. We'll see how it goes. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.